It's the Christmas season, and of course I am going to make a Christmas house in The Sims 4. But this one is going to be a little bit special because I am imagining that this is Santa's dream house. It's a one-story and a one-bedroom house that has a separate kitchen and also a bathroom. I wanted to use a ton of red colors all throughout since red is such a Christmassy color, and this is also the reason why I am wearing a red top right now. We have to be on theme. I am 100% sure that this video is actually gonna come out right after Christmas, but I don't know about you, but for me, the Christmas season lasts for basically the whole rest of the year and maybe even a few days after the New Year's. Tell me, when do you take down your Christmas decorations? Because here, for example, we still wait until the 6th of January, where we have another Christmas related holiday, and only after that people tend to take down their Christmas trees. This house is also a limited pack build. I literally only used the seasons in it because I just wanted to make it as accessible as possible. And also I just feel like I don't do limited pack stuff enough. I tend to go all out and then I feel really bad about it because I know that not everyone has a lot of packs. Fun fact, I actually started recording this voiceover yesterday, but for context, I live in the countryside, and so it is kind of difficult with electricity connections here if we have bad weather conditions. And yesterday was extremely windy, and naturally the trees started falling on top of the electricity poles, ripping the cables. So in the middle of my recording, the power went out and we didn't have power for the whole day basically. So I didn't work at all yesterday. It was also pretty difficult because since it's winter, it gets so dark so fast, 3 p.m. and it's dark. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do now? Go to sleep at 3 p.m.? I don't know. Fortunately, at around like 3:30, they started working on getting the power back up for everyone. And we kind of had power going back and forth, being on and off. And I thought that around like 4 p.m. it finally stabilized. I waited for like half of an hour before I went live because I wanted to stream on that day. Finally, I go live. I'm like, okay, they fixed it. The electricity is back on. We can do this. 10 minutes into the stream, gone. I'm literally in the middle of talking and then power goes out and I'm just standing there like, of course. So I didn't stream yesterday, unfortunately. I do have a VOD from that. The VOD is literally 10 minutes long. That's just how long the stream was. I have nothing else to say. I wanted to stream, but the electricity said nope. As I'm recording this, it is actually the 17th of December, and therefore I am still working on my stream mess, which is just streaming every single day in December up until Christmas. But when you're seeing this, I've already accomplished it and I've already finished it. I'm really curious to see how I'm going to feel afterwards, because I gotta say, yesterday, because of the electricity issues, I felt really weird not streaming. I'm just so used to streaming every single day. But also I'm kind of excited to just finish this. I have lots of plans for the new year and for this channel as well. I really want to focus on being a better simmer, and I already am seeing a lot of progress. I see that there's a lot of people that are new here on my channel, so welcome. Hello everyone. I'm really happy that you're here, and I hope that you are having a fantastic holiday if you celebrate, and if you're not, then tell me, what are your plans for the new year? Are you going out or just chilling at home? As for me, my Christmas is planned like this. On Christmas Eve, I am having a fancy dinner with my grandparents at their place. And then on the 25th, we have a tradition with me, my family, and my uncles that we all gather for a big family dinner, lunch. thingy, and we basically spend half of a day with them from 2 p.m. until the late evening. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie that because I have a driving license and we have a spare car, I just drive with that other car to my aunts and uncles, and I just kind of dip a little bit faster than everyone. I just feel like I could relax a little bit. For me, spending that much time at a family party is a little bit long. I need some alone time, you know? I'm still an introvert, so I need to recharge my social battery. And as for the New Year's, I unfortunately don't have any plans, and I haven't had any plans, honestly, since I think I went to high school maybe. I don't really have anyone that I could go out with. I only have one in real life friend who is actually even more antisocial than me. She's even more introverted, and so we don't really like going to parties. We don't really do that. I know that some people who don't really have specific plans to spend with their family or friends for New Year's tend to go to clubs, but I'm not gonna lie, clubbing is not really for me. I don't feel comfortable when there's just so much noise and so many people. It's a little too overstimulating for me. So I guess my New Year's Eve plans are going to be same as always, which is just sleeping, or at least trying to sleep, and then being woken up by the fireworks and being like, oh my god, no, I'm not gonna be able to sleep for an entire hour. I hope that your plans are better than mine, to be honest. I really hope so. And going back to the Christmas spirit, I also want to ask you guys, what did you get for Christmas if you celebrate? Because actually in my family, we don't really give each other gifts, and it always has been a thing ever since I can remember. I did try to actually give my parents gifts back in the day. I remember that, for example, a story that happened is one year my dad told me that he needs a calendar and a pen for work, and so I thought, oh, you know what, maybe I'll give him that for Christmas. And so I did. I got him a nice calendar and just like a fun pen, and when he received it, he straight up looked at me and was like, what is this? That's too much. Why are you giving me this? And then he gave me back the gift, and I'm like, no, Dad, that's for you. Like trying to push the present for him. That's for you. Like, it's not a lot. And he's like, no, that's too much. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna accept it. I struggled. I tried my best to convince him that it is in fact a gift for him and he can keep it, but he wasn't convinced. He did in fact return the gift that I gave him, and well, very quickly I realized that there's just no point in me trying to give my parents any gifts. My mom is exactly the same, and so even though I would want to give them something, I just have given up, to be honest. And I want to ask, is there anyone else who also has that with their parents? Why are they so stubborn? Can they just accept like one single thing? It's not even a lot. It's not some kind of crazy money that I've spent on them. And if you do give your parents gifts for holidays, tell me, what did you get? Maybe I'm gonna feel inspired and I'm gonna try to force my parents to accept some gifts. But do I feel ready for this challenge? Oh, that's a whole nother question I need to ask myself, because as I said, they are extremely stubborn. And one more Christmas related question I want to ask, and this is actually for everyone, even people who don't celebrate, because I assume that all of us have watched at least like one Christmas movie. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Or at least the one that just feels the most Christmassy to you? Because for me, definitely it is Home Alone. It's such a classic here in my country. Every single year, that movie is just blasting on all channels. You can see it everywhere. And so I associate Home Alone so much with Christmas to the point that I just feel the Christmas when I watch the movie. But I gotta admit that I had a pretty long break from watching this movie. I haven't seen it in like a couple of years, and because of this I feel like I haven't properly experienced Christmas, you know? Maybe I need to go back to watch it this year to feel it again. Overall, since this is going to be probably my last or second to last video for this year, I kind of want to reflect on everything. And I'm gonna be honest, 2024 was not my year. Definitely. I hope that you had a better year than me. I will say that this time around, I just feel like there were a lot of things that were happening to me that were just very emotionally draining. I don't think it was an exhausting year physically, but mentally. So many different things happened that required me to just change my life 180. Like, for example, me moving was a very emotionally draining activity, and because of this I also needed to spend a lot of money to be able to furnish the house. All of the paperwork needed to be done, considering that I do have my own company and I needed to change my address over there. And it's just so many things and just so many other things. Truly, I feel like everything that could go wrong went wrong this year. I mean, no, actually probably more things could have happened. Now that I think about it, maybe I should be grateful, because once I start thinking about other things that could have happened, yeah, maybe it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but I definitely am glad that the year is ending. I am staying pretty optimistic for 2025 though, as this year, maybe because of everything that has been happening to me, I kind of feel more content with who I am. I really feel like I finally managed to define myself as a person. I feel like we all go through this self-discovery journey, but most people would say that this is what happens to you when you're in high school, maybe in your early 20s. And for reference, I am 28. In a couple of months, actually, I'm gonna turn 29. And I only now feel like I finally know who I am, what I want in life, what are my morals. I've learned to have boundaries, which is unexpected of me, but a very welcome change in me. And this is, I guess, another question to you guys. If you are also someone who's in their late 20s, how do you feel about yourself and your, I guess, self-identity? Because I feel like there's so much pressure on being a teenager and finding yourself, where I feel like I've only really been able to discover who I am in my 20s. When you're a teenager, you literally don't know anything about yourself and the world, and yet we expect teenagers to know what type of job they want to have for the rest of their life most of the time, and what are their interests, who they are as a person, where I feel like a lot of teenagers don't even have properly set boundaries yet because of the way society treats young people. I'm just so glad that I'm not a teenager anymore. I just remember this feeling of like you are being treated like a kid while simultaneously people expect you to act like an adult. A very not a fun experience. I have a lot of sympathy for my younger self, and looking back at this, being the age of a lot of adults in my life who expected me to act like an adult while being just kind of rude about it. Why do we do that? Let's be better than that. Let's treat younger generations with kindness and empathy rather than being judgmental, right? That's going to be our goal for 2025. Just let's have more empathy towards ourselves. Be the person that we wanted to have when we were younger. I got a little bit philosophical here for the last couple of minutes of the speed build. I'm sorry. I tend to go to these deep topics quite a lot, and maybe it is because I just like talking about philosophy, and maybe that is probably going to be a good time to go back to the speed build, as we are now working on the last room in this house. This is going to be the Santa's bedroom. I really wanted to make that blue painting with the barn work, but it just didn't. So in the end, I don't remember what I changed the painting to. Did I even keep it? I wanted to keep that dark furniture color style throughout the whole house. And also I remember that there is this bed that has that nice green color swatch, and it always reminded me a little bit of Christmas. There is also a dresser, and above the dresser I kind of thought of something that I've never done before. Basically, I wanted to try and see if I'm able to put a, I guess, Christmas wreath? Wait, is it called wreath? I don't even know. That like circle thingy. Inside of it would be a round mirror. Now, ideally, I would use a different mirror on the inside if I could use other packs, but since I was just using the seasons and also base game, I just used whatever was available. And in the end, okay, the mirror from below is peeking a little bit out of the reef, but I don't know, it just looks really interesting. I've never done anything like that. And a lot of people in the chat as I was building this on stream were kind of skeptical about it, but I don't know, I think it looks alright. I just like using the decorations that we have in the game in, I guess, a little bit more unconventional way to just create something new. And that's the simple idea that I've had. And now we're gonna be finishing this build. I'm just doing some final touch-ups, and let me show you around this beautiful little build. Here's the magical Santa dream house, so let me show you around. In the front, as you can see, I did try to put quite a few Christmas decorations, and on the inside, if you zoom in, you can see that I've actually put snowflakes on every single window. The backyard, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know what to do with. I see that the snowman that I have put in here melted, but there was a snowman in fact in here. When you first walk into the house, you have a pretty big entryway. I especially love this little corner. There is just a ton of different Christmas decorations, the Christmas tree. I even put cookies because, you know, Santa. In this corner, we have the kitchen room, which I kind of went all out with decorations. We have a custom shelving unit here. And then going from the living room, we do have the one single bedroom and also a small bathroom. Overall, this house actually did end up costing quite a bit. It is literally 57,000 simoleons. I don't know what I spent those simoleons on. It must have been all of the excessive Christmas decorations. It is called Santa's Dream House on the gallery, and my username is katodeling. I hope that you had a wonderful time during the holidays, and I wish all of you the best and the best of the wishes for 2025. Let's make 25 even better than 24 was.